Hey, what is up, everyone? I am here to give you my WWE NXT review that came out on the first day of 2015, New Year's Day, January 1st, 2015. This is actually the first wrestling show that ever came out in 2015, so NXT can say they accomplished something right there. Alright, so we had Rich Brennan, Alex Riley, and Renee Young on commentary. The first match was the Lucha Dragons, which consisted of Kalisto and Sin Cara, and they went up against Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan. Match actually was pretty good. I always get into the Lucha Dragons matches, so they're always pretty good. Sin Cara and Kalisto are just pretty much diving on Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan. Kalisto dives on Jason Jordan outside the ring, and then Sin Cara hits a face first sunset flip powerbomb kind of move off the top turnbuckle and rolls up Ty Dillinger for the win. And then afterwards, the Vaudevillains, which consist of Aiden English and Simon Gauge, attack the Lucha Dragons and beat the crap out of them. And Simon Gauge hits the uppercut, and Aiden English hits a neckbreaker on Kalisto. And they hold up the tag team titles afterwards, because we find out that next week the Lucha Dragons are going to defend the NXT Tag Team Championships against the Vaudevillains in the lead match. And I can't wait to see that match. Not only sure who's going to win, but we'll see next week. Alright, so CJ Parker's backstage, and Bo Dempsey comes up and says that he needs to redeem himself. He needs to destroy Baron Corbin because he needs to redeem himself from when he pretty much made himself look like a joke when he lost to Baron Corbin before. CJ Parker says he doesn't care about him or anything. He just wants to redeem himself against Baron Corbin. And Bo Dempsey tells CJ Parker that this is something bigger than what you think or something like that. So I can't wait. So stuff happens with this later. And we find out that NXT is going to move to Wednesdays. I think that makes a lot of sense because I think the WWE still wants the people to watch NXT. And since SmackDown's going to move to Thursdays, not many people might watch NXT. I'm not really sure. But I'm fine with that. It's just kind of going to be strange because usually NXT has always been on Thursdays for me, so it's going to be weird that it's going to be on Wednesdays now, but I'm fine with that. And then we got Carmella with Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. I'm just going to mention this first. They come out and they do the big entrance, and everyone's chanting for Blue Pants. And I actually forgot about Blue Pants. I guess Blue Pants has gotten over, which I'm happy about. I'm happy she got over. And they get what they want. They get Blue Pants, and the crowd goes nuts. I guess Blue Pants has gotten over, and Carmella is pretty much kicking Blue Pants' ass. And then eventually Enzo Amore gets up on the apron, distracts Carmella, and Blue Pants gets Carmella in a small package for the win. And I actually thought this was good stuff. Blue Pants is getting over, which is going to be strange. I could see Blue Pants maybe becoming a future NXT Women's Champion. That would be kind of cool. And afterwards, Carmella is pissed at Enzo Amore and trying to attack him, but Colin Cassidy's holding it back, so there's still a bit of like a storyline there. And then we get CJ Parker versus Baron Corbin, and Baron Corbin hits the end of days and beats him in 24 seconds. And Bo Dempsey was out watching the match, and he comes up and says, "Are you just going to sit there like a coward you are? We're going to do something about this." So Baron Corbin and Bo Dempsey have a brawl, and referees have to come out and break it up. So I'm glad this was good stuff. This was actually, I think, the first time that they've had any physical contact other than when Bo Dempsey shoved Baron Corbin. That's really it. So I thought this was some pretty good stuff. I can't wait to see what happens next. I actually can't wait to see the match too. It's going to be awesome. Then William Regal gets interviewed, and he said that next week Sami Zayn's going to make his return because this is going to be the first time I see him since he's been attacked by Kevin Owens, and give a bit of an info, a little bit of an update of what his injury's like and the state of the NXT Championship. And then Curtis Axel comes up and says that he wants to reinvent his career in NXT. And he's like, why haven't you put me in matches or anything? Why haven't you returned my calls? And he says, I'm a former Intercontinental Champion. I should be on NXT. So William Regal says that next week he's going to be in a match against Hideo Itami. And I'm actually looking forward to that match. I think that match could actually be pretty good because Curtis Axel's a pretty good wrestler, and so is Hideo Itami. Well, Hideo Itami is phenomenal, so I think if you put them both together in a match, you can actually get a pretty good match. Then Charlotte gets interviewed. Well, it was like an in-ring interview, and she gets asked, you pretty much beaten every woman in NXT, so what's next for you? And they get a blue pants chant, and Charlotte's like, stop chanting blue pants, this is Charlotte talking right now. Which I like that she did that. It's a very kind of heel-like move, though. And Charlotte says that she's beaten Sasha Banks twice, and NXT has defined women's wrestling. And then Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch come out to, and they're going to double team Charlotte. But Natalya comes out to make the save. Thank God it was Natalya, because I actually thought Bayley was going to come out since they've been feuding, but no, it was Natalya. And Sasha and Becky Lynch's retreat. So I'm assuming we're going to get a tag team match with Charlotte and Natalya versus Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. So I'm assuming I'm assuming Charlotte and Natalya will win. And then Sami Zayn sends in like a video on his phone, and he said that winning the NXT Championship was supposed to be the greatest moment of his life. He was happy that he won the title, but all he could think about his best friend, his longtime friend, stabbing him in the back. And he says that next week, and he said that when the time is right, he's going to come face to face with Kevin Owens. So I thought that was good stuff. And then, but next week I think we're going to get something big with it. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and I can't wait to see that. So then Kevin Owens gets interviewed. This video was recorded 3 weeks ago with Renee Young interviewing him. And she asked him why he stole Sami Zayn's moment of winning the NXT Championship. But he doesn't really answer. He just walks off. So I thought that was some pretty good stuff. And then we get the main event. We get the Ascension, which consists of Connor and Victor versus Hideo Itami and Finn Balor. It's kind of weird seeing the Ascension on NXT since we just saw them on Raw like last week. Well, on Monday anyways, but for me it's last week. So it's kind of weird for me to see them on NXT. This was a pretty good match. Throughout the beginning, Hideo Itami and Finn Balor are pretty much kicking Victor's ass. And then eventually Finn Balor is outside the ring, and he gets uppercutted he goes to go off the top, and he gets uppercutted by Victor, and Connor body slams Balor on the floor, and the Ascension just pretty much dominate Finn Balor for a while, which I thought was awesome. And they do like double team body slam moves, double team shoulder blocks. I thought this was some pretty good stuff. And Finn Balor ends up hitting a Pele on, I believe it was Victor, and Hideo Itami gets the hot tag and goes off on Victor, and he actually ended up using, like he went to go off the turnbuckle like he was going to do a tornado DDT, instead he like hung him up off the ropes. I thought that was awesome. And then eventually Hideo Itami kicks Victor while he's in the rope. No, Connor while he's in the ropes, and then Victor gives him Hideo Itami an STO, and Hideo Itami kicks out of it when Victor tries to pin him, and then eventually Finn Balor hits a drop kick to Connor, and he goes off the top rope and does a springboard foot stomp onto Connor, and then Hideo Itami hits like a Trouble in Paradise move on Victor for the win. And they go over, so I thought that was awesome stuff, and the main event was great. I actually thought it was a good match. I thought the match, though, that they had at NXT All Evolution was better. And Finn Balor wasn't wearing, like, that face paint that he was. I think he's only going to wear it for, like, the big events of NXT, which I think is fine. And then, but yeah, NXT was actually a pretty good show this week. There wasn't, like, a lot of wrestling. They balanced out the show. There was some wrestling and some promos. So I thought that was good that they cut it half and half. I liked the Baron Corbin and Bo Dempsey stuff as usual. I like the Blue Pants segment when Blue Pants actually won. I usually don't like that, but I actually like that she's gotten over. I like the Lucha Dragons versus Ty Dillinger, and I pretty much liked everything on the show. I thought everything on the show was pretty solid. And I can't wait to see what happens next week when Sami Zayn makes his return to NXT and finally has a face-off with Kevin Owens. I think that's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to see it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll be subscribed to this channel if you haven't, and I'll be back sometime tomorrow to review SmackDown.